Well, first off, congrats on the recent 4 clients that you signed in quite quick succession. Today, we're going to be sitting down one-on-one with Danny Song, who has been in Jaime's mentorship since late October. Now, he's recently signed his first 4 clients, and quite simply, he's on a roll right now. So if you stick around to the very end, you're going to see what a budding agency owner looks like and the mindset, the strategies, the tactics it takes to get to the top. Let's do this. What did you think the experience would be like? The journey versus what it actually has been? And can you remind me and everyone watching exactly like when you started?
Yeah, so to be honest, I don't think I went into it with too many expectations, but I did have certain like goals in mind in terms of like revenue per month, profit per month. So yeah, I started at basically end of October, start of November with you guys. Um, and yeah, I think as soon as I started watching the videos, getting the mentorship kind of on board, yeah, everything kind of looked like very feasible. And that's when I really wanted to just push for it, set goals, get it done earlier and earlier. And right now it looks very achievable for sure.
So you didn't set any expectations. You didn't think, oh, this is what life will be like. I know before I started an agency, I don't know what expectations I had either. I was just curious if you had any.
To be honest, not really. I really had not too much of a clue of what to like really expect in terms of like change in lifestyle and everything. So I mean, for 2021, most of that time I was spending that year kind of learning different things as well. And so it was kind of like a year of just accumulating knowledge. And I reached that point where it was just like, there was too much knowledge in my head. I had to take action. And so this was like the direction I wanted to head into.
Did you have any doubts about it when you were thinking about, getting started? Was there, or did you just know? Like, what was it for you?
There were, I guess there were doubts. So with the like SMMA space, I think I knew about it early 2020, like around 2019 even. So, I went down the rabbit hole of learning all this, then kind of steered away from it a little bit. And then not sure how or when or why, but then I kind of rediscovered it. I think after like watching a lot of different videos, like self-educating on business and everything like that, it just made more and more sense that this is a good option for me to go. And so once I knew that, it was simply just deciding how I was going to learn it. And I watched like this 14-hour seminar thing that was on YouTube. Um, and basically one of the key points was also talking about how if you know where you want to head to, find someone as a mentor who's already done it. That's going to just speed things up basically, because now you don't have to head in like headless chicken kind of thing, I guess, like not knowing where to go. Now you have a more streamlined process. So yeah, it's been just trusting the process.
What's the mental headspace you've been in for the past 4 months? How has that changed over time?
Dude, I think I think like anyone in business will know that there's the highs and the lows. There's days where you don't feel like doing anything. There's days when you hit like a good kind of like groove with things and you can carry it on for like a week or so, or even like a month straight or something like that. I think I was quite fortunate and quite lucky that, I started this with basically no rejections. So I've been quite fortunate with, never doing really sales or anything, but then just kind of self-teaching, reading some like books or whatever, and then I guess applying that kind of worked out quite well for me. But no, yeah, there's been times where I've doubted the process as well. Those days and months where you spend time building out the backend systems and not seeing immediate results. Those are the times when you might start doubting, like, okay, will this like pay off? But definitely in the long run, it makes life much easier for sure.
Yeah, man. I feel you. I've gone through those periods where sometimes it's needed for a day or multiple days where you just like, I don't know if what I'm doing is even what I should be doing, even though you've seen results
Yeah.
from it. And overall, you're heading up. It's definitely part of the game of being an entrepreneur.
Yeah,
Um,
and like every single day, you can definitely go ahead and do more things. Like there's always more you can do. So it's also about just having that mental capacity to understand, like sometimes taking a break is fine. Go out, enjoy your life. But then there's
yeah.
days where you really do just need to sit down and get shit done, basically.
Had you ever been in a position of leadership before?
To be honest, not really. I mean, like team leaders, like team lead positions in uni and stuff. Yeah, I've done those, but not like some real life kind of team leadership thing where it's like client stuff. Yeah.
But how's that transition been?
You know, when I like started like this entrepreneurial thing, my mindset was like, damn, uni was a big waste of time. But in a certain way, I guess like that kind of actually did help shapes a lot of the ways I approach things, how I interact with teams and all that. Because yeah, at uni that was a big part of being able to basically collaborate as a team and work towards a common goal. So I think yeah, it definitely has helped. Those kind of different leadership experiences translate over in like unique ways, not directly, but in its own way, it's kind of translated over.
Yeah, dude, I get what you mean. Personally, I went to dropped out of college. I went to college for about 3 years, and I've thought to myself before, like, God, it's kind of a waste of time. But you're right. Like, it did
Mm,
working on those group projects in that sort of environment. It does shape a little bit, I think, of how I interact with my team. I hadn't thought about it that way.
mm.
Well, first off, congrats on the recent 4 clients that you signed in quite quick succession. Every time, dude, I was on the phone with someone the other day,
Yeah.
and I was browsing through school, and I saw your latest boom post, and like
Oh yeah,
audibly on
yeah.
the phone, I was like, "Damn!" The person I was talking to was like, "What?" But
Yeah.
yeah, I had to explain. Like, anyways, yeah, you're on a roll, man. So keep it up. What are your plans here? Are you over the next like 3 months? Keep signing clients as quickly as possible, and just figure it out as you go. What's your plan of attack?
Yeah. So, and basically last month, I would say the most portion of last month outreach kind of slowed down a bit because I did have to sort out a bit of some like back end technical issues. So unfortunately, I did have to like put a bit of a like break on that. So now I've got all that sorted. I kind of want to just go head down again, just hit the ground running, just get back to that usual amount that I do put out in terms of like outreach, content, and things like that. I think, yeah, definitely just want to bring on more clients that I do want to work with. But at the same time, I really have identified the fact that I kind of need to stop caring about what others think in terms of like stopping me from doing what I want to do. So in terms of content creation and things like that, I know that there's definitely things that I can do better and definitely different formats and platforms I can try out. Right now, I'm kind of in my own head preventing myself. So yeah, in the next 3 months or so, just kind of want to go get over that mental barrier. And I think that will make a good shift in terms of like the outcomes and the results I see.
I,
Yeah,
I want to go just one level deeper on that. And if
sure.
you don't want to answer it, we don't have to. But how do you overcome a mental block like that, where you have this hesitation to put yourself out there, maybe because of what someone thinks of you? How do you going to overcome that? What's your plan to handle that?
This has been a real big like thing for me, just even throughout like not even in this entrepreneurial space, but just in general. Like I've always been a very like mindful person. So the fact that I'm aware of my own thoughts and how others think, it further builds up that barrier where I know if I did something, people might think a certain way. But I think I just need it. It's like a mental thing that needs to be exercised. Like the more you do something and realize people don't actually care, they're not going to monitor your every single move, the more you're just going to get that confidence to go ahead and do it. So I think with anything in the entrepreneurial space, it's just get your foot through the door first. Just take that first step. Realize that's not as scary as it seems, and then just kind of ease into it, I guess, or you jump in the deep end, whatever approach will like make me get the stuff done. Obviously, easier said than done. It's taken a while. I still haven't done it yet, but definitely just do want to push for that. Like you don't even need to be like the brightest person in the world, to be honest. Like once you just acquire the knowledge you actually need to build the foundations, it just all becomes a mental game because you've got everything there for you to actually succeed. And now it's just like an internal battle. Like, are you gonna put in the work to get it done, or just continue taking some days off, chill, things like that. I think one thing for me is just even since like quite early on, like a few years ago, I'm the type of person where I feel a bit undeserving of certain things until I get the results I want. So like now, because I haven't even hit the like actual goal that I've set, I'm still in the stage where if I catch myself lacking or slacking off, I'm gonna feel that urge to like go and do things that work towards the goal.
Mm.
Um, yeah, my friends around me will kind of see it as like they just come out, have some fun, you know, enjoy the summer and everything. But now I've come to accept, like Jaime talks about this in the mentorship as well, where you kind of just have to accept that if this is the path you're choosing, there are sacrifices you need to make. So I think early on as well, I was kind of battling that other side of my life where it was more going out with friends, enjoying the social part. That was a big part I did also want to build up in my life, but now it's also I've got the agency, and you know that internal kind of conflict thing was going on for a bit, but now I've realized like, you know, this is something that I'm not going to really miss. I can always come back to this. Like my mates and my friends, they're always going to be there. And they are very encouraging. I think a lot of people do say, you know, the people around them don't support what they do sometimes, but again, I guess I've been quite fortunate in the sense that everyone is quite supportive of like, you know, you're taking that risk and they just want the best for you. Yeah.
Do you think there's a point, maybe it's a certain dollar figure or a certain amount of years, I don't know, where you're going to step back and focus less on the business? Like, you know, people get into business for different reasons. Some people want to hit a certain amount in monthly revenue. Some people want to just build for the rest of their lives. Like, what's your motivation here, Danny?
Yeah, I think I've identified myself as someone who just kind of wants to build like throughout my life. So during the uni days, one of the mentalities I entered was live a simple, easy life, just comfortable, you know. Um, and during that time, I realized I really feel uncomfortable in comfort. Like internally, that entrepreneurial side of me wanted to come out, like just wanting to like build something of my own, get things done. And so definitely in the future, I think in terms of dollar amount, you know, before I would be very conservative and just aim kind of like realistically, but I understand that you need to set kind of unrealistic expectations almost to really actually put yourself out there. So, you know, for at least for now, I just want to hit that like 100K mark per month. You know, once I get there, then I might take a step back a little bit from the agency model and explore some other options as well. But again, like getting to that 100K mark, you know, I'm sure there's a lot of different opportunities that will open up that aren't directly related to the agency space that will kind of contribute to that. So, you know, I'm not saying 100K per month purely from agency, because I do want to explore a lot of different avenues. Yeah.
Simple, but just don't quit, man. That's literally how you win at this game, is you just don't quit. You just gotta be persistent.
Yeah. And like the bigger picture is, and I know like with your family and everything, it's like we're doing this not for like just purely money. Like there is a purpose behind it. I think that's one of the good things that helps with our mentality. Like on the days we feel a bit low, it's like we can always like think back and think like we are doing this not just for ourselves, and that just kind of adds that more drive to it basically. Yeah.
I do. Well, I've really enjoyed talking to you today, Danny. I think we hit some really good topics that I thought was interesting. You know, I had a good time. So
definitely. So did I.
Thank you for talking to me about it, and I'm sure we'll see each other really, really soon, dude.
Yeah, thanks, Tal. See you soon.
Wow, that was quite the conversation we had with Danny there. Danny, thank you so much for being on that call with me and just having a conversation, digging into your psyche and your journey as a whole. You know, if you want to learn more about Jaime's mentorship and the journey Danny's been on and how you can potentially do it yourself, there's information down in the description below. However, I will say this: if you don't put effort into your application and you're not ready to build some really cool stuff, this is for serious people only, and we cancel calls every single day to keep the community very tight-knit. Make sure to like, comment, and subscribe for me, because it really helps out with the algorithm if you want to see more of this awesome free content. Anyways, have a great rest of your day. I'll catch you soon.